All right, Shalom Akim, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yah, Bashim Shai, Bashim Pakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, the great millstone, peace and blessings to you, fellow Akim, pushing out this word of truth, the series of Chenak once again, coming back at you with another lesson. And basically, this lesson, I want to talk about dry fasting. And I've been doing videos on the detox, how to detoxify an ailment out of the body. And I want to speak about how you should incorporate dry fasting into that protocol. Now, I spoke briefly on the past couple of videos, if you've been following the videos about, just dry fasting and the wine and how the detox is spiritual. But I just kind of want to do a separate video dedicated to dry fasting and how that's going to supercharge the detox and really cast off the flesh, because that's basically what we're doing. So I have some scriptures. I wrote down some scriptures that I want to go through, and basically how this lesson is kind of going in a direction is basically balance, and knowing what's good for your body, and why some brothers might have to do this detox, to get those elements out of your body, because you tried all these other ways how to do it. You did water fast, you did juice feasting, you did, detox, you went vegan and stuff like that. Yet, really get down there and really strip the element out of your body, we must humble ourselves to Yah Bashim Shah and through the diet, okay? Because the diet is what got us sick, okay? Of course, we know spiritually that the Lord, He's the one that put the sickness on us, okay? So I have some scripture prepared, and and this is for brothers that are going through that journey. This is not for everybody, This is for, the brothers that are really sick, that are sick and tired, of the pains in the body or different issues in the body, and brothers and sisters that are sick and tired of the pains in the body, those spirits weighing you down, you're trying all these other different ways and none of these things are working. Well, I'm giving you a way to where all these things are going to work, and dry fasting, in my humble opinion, should be incorporated in this, okay, because it's going to supercharge the detox, okay, because we're going alkaline and to get inflammation out of our body. And if we go through, the benefits of dry fasting, which I'm not going to do on this video, brothers can go and watch videos. You can look up articles, very simple. We all know the benefits of dry fasting, and dry fasting is spoken about in the scriptures, several times, about fasting and praying, and how that is casting off the flesh. So ultimately, this diet that you're going on is basically rending and casting off the flesh, and then dry fasting should be incorporated in the protocol if you really want to supercharge and get the element out of the body and actually Abba Shai to heal you, okay, and to humble yourself even more. So maybe you can, schedule maybe once a week or twice a week, depending on the element, that you will do a dry fasting on top of the diet, okay? So let me go through a couple of scriptures and just let me go through this scripture first, because I was just meditating upon this, because I didn't really put this in the protocol. I just said, okay, I suggested it. Yet for brothers that are really sick, that, whether you were sick before coming into the truth, or you were sick, or you got sick while you're doing the work in the truth, dry fasting should be incorporated. And I'm pretty sure brothers have done dry fasting, extended fasting, and you see that it did help. It did help, but what happened? You went back to that standard American diet. We've been eating all these foods, that we were taught to eat. And then, all those things that our parents ate, it got passed down when we were birthed, and it just completely messed our bodies up. And then we're under high levels of stress. This is a stressful kingdom, and that stress wears you down. Okay, so let me bring this scripture out. Like I said, I got a couple of scriptures prepared, and it's all focused around balance, and that sometimes we must fall back from the flesh in order for healing to actually to manifest. Okay. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So coming into this truth, we understand that. We understand that there's a season and a time for everything, for every purpose. Okay. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal. Okay. And we've been killing our bodies, okay, since we've been born, you know. We've been killing it, putting these foods. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the foods per se, or nothing wrong with eating. You know, we do the best that we can within our diet, but it's an accumulation of toxins being built up in our body over years. Okay, over years. Okay, have you just stopped eating for extended period of time? No, none of us really have done that. You know, some have. You know, some went on water fasts and dry fasts for extended periods of time, and we feel better and stuff like that. Yeah, we've done these things, but brothers that got those ailments deep inside the body, that those things really, they helped a little bit, but they didn't really really get it out, and didn't really get that spirit out of you, of that the spirit of an ailment out of you. So we've been killing our bodies with these foods, man. We're dying, right? It says a time to kill and a time to heal. So now we got to go into the time of healing. And where does healing come from? First and foremost, it comes from Yahweh Shema Shai, through the herbs, through the medicines of the earth. A time to break down, okay? We've been breaking the body down, okay? And a time to build up. Now it's time to build up the body. And that's essentially what the detox is. It's breaking the body down, okay? Stripping the body, okay? Stripping the body of a acid, okay? And taking blockages away from the different parts of the body, so we can put the herbs in the body and the herbs can work, right? But it takes time. Just like it took time for the ailment to manifest itself, it's going to take time for the ailment to actually leave the body. Okay, so it's not a 1 day, 2 day, even a week process. It all depends on the constitution of your body, or it all depends on how toxic you are and what ailment you have. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. And even in my personal experience, I went through heavy weeping, heavy mourning, and now I'm always laughing. I'm just dancing. I just want to dance. I just tell about, yeah, man, I just feel like dancing, man. I just break out and start dancing because, I was, those foods were, I was just meditating from when I was younger, eating Starburst, Skittles, drinking sodas, eating chips, Debbie snacks, having a terrible diet, eating out, and then of course, when we come into the truth, we start casting off that old man, but the foods are still there, the bread and the rices and the meats, and especially under a high levels of stress, we tend to consume those things a lot to satiate, our mind, to put us in a good place, so to speak, to put, to basically what is it called? I forget the word I'm trying to use, but basically to try to alleviate the hell that we're going through, Yet coming into this truth, we have to identify those spirits that are trying to overwhelm us and put us in a negative state. Okay. Ever since the detox, I've been in an up state. Okay. And we know what to do, but you gotta go deep inside the body. You gotta cast off and rend the flesh. You gotta really rend the flesh through the diet, which is the way of life. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain, a time to get and a time to lose. Okay, a time to keep and a time to cast away. And we can gather spiritual meanings out of all these things, even when it applies to our life and the different things that we have to do. Basically, there's a balance between what we're reading. There's a balance between everything. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you're going to be eating. You're going to be in plenty. Sometimes you have to fall back. Okay. And I have a couple of scriptures to go into that. a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So through that, we must understand that there's a time and a season. Okay, we have sometimes some certain brothers. Okay, you cannot eat those foods. You just can't do it, because when you do it, what happens? You get messed up. Okay, your body starts, you want to do it. Yeah, those spirits and those foods, they're calling out to you. You want to eat those foods. They have a certain emotion attached to it. You feel good for a particular moment. Then once it hits the digestive system, it just starts wreaking havoc. You start having negative bathroom. So we have to identify those things. What is that? Ultimately, what is that saying? Don't eat those things, right? That's ultimately what it's saying. You can't eat those things. Another brother, they can eat all type of shit. Boom, boom, boom. Eat. And nothing happens. Okay. But you can't look at that brother like, man, why can't I do that? And I was doing that for a minute. I'm like, man, I want to eat, man. I was like, man, I love eating. I found out that I loved eating, Yet, as a man of the Lord coming to this thing, none of those things should have power over us. The flesh should not have power over us. Okay, let me bring out some more scriptures. And I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to go to them as they come. 1 Corinthians 6:12. All things are lawful unto me. So yeah, the foods that we eat is not like we're going off eating pork and shrimp, right? Eating unclean animals, unclean foods. It says all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. See, at certain times, things are not expedient for you. All things are lawful for me, but I would not be brought under the power of any. So it's about breaking away from those things, man. Okay. It's about breaking away from those things, because those things have power over you, right? They have power over you and they're destroying you. They're breaking down your body. They're making your situation a lot worse than what it should be, basically, right? They're making your situation a lot worse than what it should be. So we should not be brought under the power of any of those things. We have to break away. Certain brothers have to break away from those things, okay? Because you're eating the foods and, you're able to, the Lord keeps us alive, and, you catch the hell, and you show the brothers, and then, you're in a down spirit, or sometimes you're in an up spirit. It's a roller coaster. We all been through it. Yet, we have those pains in our body. So going back to the dry fasting, you should, in my opinion, you should incorporate the dry fasting within the detox. It's going to amplify the detox, because say, okay, you went on a dry fast, right? 3-day, whatever, 4-day, 5-day, whatever you did. And then boom, you went right back to the other foods, right? And the ailment was probably, suppressed a little bit, but it didn't really go away, sprang back up, right? So say you're going on the detox, you're detoxing, using the fruits, using the juices, using the teas, getting the body alkaline, strengthening the different systems in the body with the herbs, right? And then you dry fast, and it's going to get all the inflammation out of your body. You're praying to the Lord, dry fast, maybe a day, maybe 2 days, boom. Then what do? You're not going to eat back the other food. What do? You go back into the fruits. You go back into the juices. You go back into the herbs, fermented vegetables. You keep doing that, boom. And you're just going to keep shedding all that flesh out of you, shedding all those infirmities out of you, all the inflammation out of you. And then you're going to, next week, you're going to do what? You're going to go back into the dry fasting. It's not an easy thing. I wish it was easy, but it's possible. Give me a second. Let me bring out a scripture. I need to bring this scripture out. This is Luke 1:37. For with the Most High, nothing shall be impossible. Okay, so nothing is impossible for Yahweh Shema Shai to take the ailment away from you, to get the ailment out of you. Nothing is impossible. Let me bring out another scripture. Matthew 17:20, and Yahweh said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. So ultimately, nothing is impossible until we can tap into that spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, that spiritual power. And the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, those are the true, that's where the true healing comes in. But we gotta detoxify the body and get the body in a good place. So when we come to the Lord, he can heal us, man. You know, I'm done. I mean, that's a good chapter to read because it goes into how the disciples couldn't cast out that spirit out of the young boy. And the Lord said, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. So going on a detox, it's a half fast. Okay, we're on a half fast, and then we go into a full fast and dry fast also. So I really, really recommend the brothers that are serious, okay, to at least dry fast one to two times during that week, especially if you have a serious ailment. Okay, especially if you have a serious ailment, and then also you can incorporate intermittent fasting. So there's really a ways, because ultimately it's stop eating and putting the right things in the body. Okay, so we're putting the necessities that are that are needed in the body, the meats and the breads and the rices and the beans and the cakes and the cookies, all those things. Oh, they make you feel so good, but are they really? What are they doing to you? They're destroying you, man. They're destroying you. Let me bring out this scripture, and I have some definitions also going into the book of Sirach, some definitions, so give us a little bit more understanding, okay? Because look, sometimes certain times you're gonna have to refrain, okay? You're gonna have to refrain on certain times, and we have to understand, and that's the hard part. Especially coming to the diet, especially when it comes to the diet, I was like, man, the diet, Lord, I can't eat, just going through those things, because you find out that you're attached to those things. Those are spirits, those are demons, man. You find out that you're attached to those foods. Those foods call out to you, and you can't refrain, especially for an extended period of time. To tell somebody to change their diet, they end up killing you. To tell somebody to change their diet, man, it's like pulling teeth. But if you're sick, you have to do it. There's no other way. I'm sorry. You just have to do it. Now, if you want to stay sick, okay, just don't do it, right? Just keep playing around with it, but just don't do it though, But if you want to be healed and get the ailment out of your body and feel better, get those pains out of your body, you have to change the diet. That's the only way. Okay, that's the only way. Through changing the diet, incorporating dry fasting, and above all, then that's when the healing is going to come. But it's going to be uncomfortable. It says the connection is unstable. Please wait while trying to reconnect. Hopefully, the stream didn't mess up. So let me go. This is Sirach 37 and 20 said, "My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it." Okay, when you eat, when you eat those bad foods, or necessarily they might not even be bad. I'm calling them bad because they're bad for you. But when you eat those foods, boom, you start getting messed up, start getting jacked up. Satan start just boom, 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 hitting you all types of ways. It says to prove thy soul. Okay, that means you can't eat those things. As bad as it sounds, you cannot eat those things. I'm sorry to tell you that, but the scriptures say, see what is evil for it. At that particular time, those things are evil for it. Your body is actually telling you something. The symptom is telling you something. I don't want those things. Those things are killing me. Okay, so we're killing ourselves. Okay, and it says, give not thou unto it. Give not that unto it. So we can't give it. We can't feed our body with those things. Why? Because it's evil for our body. It might not be evil for another brother or another sister. It might not be evil for. They might be able to eat those things. But you know what? They might have to do this somewhere down the line. Okay? This is just the walk. This is just the straight gate to walk that certain brothers might have to go through in order to get the ailment out of the body, to heal the body out. Okay? But it's just for a short time. Okay? For all things are not profitable for all men. So I'm talking about the diet, man. I'm talking about that diet. Sometimes certain brothers' diets are not profitable for you. You can't eat beef. You can't eat lamb. You can't eat chicken. You can't eat bread. You can't eat rice. All those things make us feel good. Okay. But it might not be profitable for you. Okay. Neither has every soul pleasure in everything. Yeah, those things might seem pleasurable for a minute, but what happens afterwards? It keeps you in that perpetual state of sickness. Right? And remember this. Remember, it took you a while to get there. Right? It took you a while to get there. It didn't happen overnight. Oh, I'm sick overnight. No, it didn't happen like that. It took a while of putting those things in our body. Ultimately, we understand that it was the Lord that put those things on us, for our particular walk, our particular chastisement, our particular battle, our particular journey. Each man has a particular journey, has a different journey that they have to go on. And certain brothers going to catch sicknesses, and certain brothers won't have sicknesses for years. Years. So the only way to get it out of the body is to do what? Is you have to fall back from those foods, and now you have to start putting herbs in the body, like the scriptures say. For all, I read that, be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. Now, I'll bring out the word insatiable. Now, the word insatiable means, it says impossible to satisfy. And these foods, it says of appetite or desire. These foods don't satisfy you. Why? Because they keep calling you back, because they don't actually satiate you. There's really no, we eat them. They give us some nutritional value, but there's really no nutritional value to them. That's why they're causing us to be more sick. Okay. Esau took all the nutrients out of them. And what did he do? He put chemicals in them. Okay. Unquenchable, similar words. Basically, unsatiable meaning it's impossible to satisfy. And the way that Esau set up the diet here in America and through these foods, it's impossible to satisfy you. Okay, you're going to keep eating those things because why? Because they actually have no nutritional value. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with meats. The Lord said we can eat meats. It's just that, and rices, and we can eat all those things, the breads, but sometimes we can't eat those things because they're making our body too acidic. Okay, look at Daniel. What did he do? Daniel, he didn't eat the king's meat. He went what? He went on the post. He went on the post, and what happened? He did an experiment. 10 days. He went on the post. So we take these things that are in the scriptures, and we can extract the spiritual meaning to it and apply it to our body when it's needed. Apply it to our walk when it's needed. Sometimes we have to go on the post. Okay. Sometimes we have to go on the herbs. Or you don't have to be on the herbs all the time. The herbs are not meant to be used all the time. Okay. They're meant to be used at particular times for particular ailments. Now, there's certain herbs that are tonics that you can do every single day, of course. But you taking the herbs, here it is, you taking the herbs every day and it's not even working. Every day you took the herbs. It's barely you see minor changes, Well, I gotta take this for hold on, give me a second. I gotta take this herb for years for it to work. Now, I don't work like that. It's because the body is too toxic. Let me go back to that scripture. And let me go into this word dainty. So it says, be not insatiable in any dainty thing. Okay. Now this word dainty means this is the second definition. It says of food particularly good to eat. See? Food particularly good to eat. And you ain't going for no disgusting food. You're going for the good. You're going for the good things. The things that make that that are well, it says right here that a similar word is tasty and delicious. See, you want for the tasty and the delicious thing because it pleases the flesh, but it doesn't do the body good because you're continually sick. Now you can go back to those things when you're well, right? So that's all. You can go back to those dainty things when you're well, and then okay, I got to have balance within my diet. The scriptures talk about having balance within the diet. balance in everything, right? Let me bring that scripture out. I wrote that scripture down, Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. Okay, so a false balance in everything in your life, because this walk is about understanding balance. Okay, understanding that there has to be a balance within our walk, even within our diet, even down to our diet. Okay, even down to our thoughts, even down to anything that we do, there has to be a balance. It says here, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So sometimes we're going to have to fall back from our standard diet, okay, in order to balance the body out. So all that we're doing really with this detox is balancing the body out. Just say that the body is super toxic. It's just toxic, right? And this right here, I forget what they call the word, where a state of balance. I forget what they call the word in like the health atmosphere. The state, it's escaping my mind. So if it comes, I'll bring it out. But it's a state of balance in the body. Now we're too toxic. So what do? We have to cut the toxicity out, and then we have to start detoxifying the body so we can get back balance to the body. Okay. Now we're not going to be 100%. We're in these defiled bodies. We're going to do the best that we can. But the Lord can heal you of that ailment. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Now, I gotta just wait to the kingdom. Now, the Lord just wants you to wait to the kingdom. Now, okay, that there's certain thorns and brother sides that are not going to be taken out. Well, okay. Yet the Lord said he will heal us. Okay. The Lord can heal us of our ailments. Okay. Well, just look at the state of the world. They're going to be dying and sick. And what are the men of the Lord going to be doing? We're going to be praising the Lord. They're going to be mourning. We're going to be joyful. Okay. So this is all part of it. Okay. So it's the Lord loves a perfect balance, and you got to have a balanced diet. Now Esau, he tells you the balanced diet. His shit is all out of control. He don't know what the hell is talking. He knows what a balanced diet is. He knows what you should do, but he's not going to tell you that because he wants to kill you. Okay. Esau wants to kill you, basically. Okay. That's what he wants to do. If you go to a doctor and the doctor tells you, okay, this is what you got to stop eating all that bad foods and you got to go alkaline, the doctors wouldn't make no money. Here's a pill. Take the pill. You can still, let me suppress the ailment. Take a pill, suppress the ailment. You can keep being a demon by eating all those foods. Right? That's what a doctor is going to do. A falsifier, that's what he's going to do. Okay? He's not going to tell you the real deal. Okay? He's not going to tell you that you're going to have to break loose from those things. And we know coming into this thing that really it's about it's a spiritual thing. Okay, it's a spiritual thing. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, so that dainty means delicious or tasty. Nor too greedy upon meats, right? For excess of meats bringeth sickness. There you go. Boom, that's it. Excess of meats bringeth sickness. Excess of acidic foods bringeth sickness. So that's why you're sick in a roundabout way. It's because of the foods that we're eating. Okay. And then how do you get out of sickness? Well, go out of foods that you're eating. It's very simple, right? It's a very simple concept. Well, what was that philosopher? Let me just type it in. Let food be thy medicine. Hippocrates. And he had a quote, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Let me read it again. Okay, so you can hear it. It says, let food be thy medicine, okay, and medicine be thy food. So where is the medicine at? It's in the food. The food is the medicine, okay? So you got there by the food. Now you have to what? You have to get it out by the food. And where did this whole concept of thinking come from? It came from the scriptures, okay? It came from the scriptures, all right? It's telling us here in the Apocrypha. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats, for excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. Now, this word surfeiting, it means to consume too much of something. See, we're consuming too much of the bad things, and it got us whatever, it got us in a bad situation ultimately. Sometimes certain people, they can eat all those food, nothing happened to them. Absolutely nothing happened to them, right? But some of us, we eat those things and we get sick. That's just the way that it is. Okay, you got to deal with the cards that have been dealt to you. You got somebody live 135 years, smoking cigarettes, eating all the bad food, drinking sodas, Diet Coke. They'll give you all the wrong advice. Oh, just make sure make sure you just drink a glass of water every morning. That's they live in a total bad lifestyle. But see, we're on a different wavelength. Okay, the Lord, He holds us to a different standard. All right, so we can't worry about that. What do we have to do? We have to tap into the herbs, which means tapping into the diet, the food. Okay, food got us there. Food can take us out of there. Okay, through the prayer and the belief and the faith in Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, because ultimately, He's the one that put it on us, and He's going to be the one that takes it out of us. Okay, and that word, surfeiting. Yeah, I just brought that out. It says we'll turn into choler. Now, choler, it goes back to the word bile or angry, right? So you look up the word angry. Okay, basically a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. Those elements, they're annoyance to us. Those are wicked spirits. The spirit of element. Okay, a similar word here is annoyance, vexation. So they vex us. Another word is irritation. They irritate us. Another word is annoyance. Okay, so they annoy, those things annoy us. They stop us from doing things. They vex us. Okay, because of consuming, because of surfeiting. Okay, and like I said, all things are lawful, but all things are expedient to a certain of us. We gotta know what's right for our body, and coming into this thing, our it's okay. You can just here's a pill, and then the whole time the pill it makes you even more sicker. And then you got to go back to the doctor to get another pill, and then next thing you know, you were on 15 medications. But he did not tell you to change your diet at all. Okay, remember, it's all in the diet. And the dry fasting, eating nor drinking, that's going to be the highest level of detoxification. So not only are we going on the fruits, which are herbs, not only are we going to juices, which are herbs, not only are we going to teas and also the tinctures, because I got to do video on tinctures, but you can go into tinctures. Not only are we doing all those things, we're dry fasting too. So we're combining everything together to get the element out of our body. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, okay? The excess of meats got us there, got us to sickness, okay? Because of our bodies, right? Because of our childhood, the things that we're eating, all those things add up and they block things, okay? They start blocking things, okay? Let me go back. I'm back in Sirach 37. Sirach 37 and 31. By surfeiting, many have perished. So by consuming of too much, many people have died. They're dead. Okay, they have died because of surfeiting, because of overconsumption. That's a false balance. Okay, of overconsumption. Sometimes you got to fall back. You got to refrain. You got to refrain from those foods. Those things are not doing good for you. And how do you know they're not doing good for you? Well, that your body tells you that. Okay, the Lord, He gave us symptoms. He gave us symptoms. Okay, like if you're in a car and you start hearing something, or you start jerking, or the car don't turn on, what is that telling you? It's telling you something's wrong with the car. It's not telling you to keep driving it. When the check engine light comes on, what is that telling you? Oh, you got to check this car. You could keep driving it. Ultimately, you could keep driving it, right? Say it's even a minor thing. You could keep driving it, but you keep driving it, and then that minor thing is going to turn into a major thing. Ultimately, boom, the car is dead, right? Because then it's going to start affecting other things within the car. So the same concept in the body. We could have minor things, but if we don't take care of those things, they can lead us to what the path of destruction. And many people have died because of that. The ailment has exacerbated, and then it starts causing all different type of ailments. All right, so if we want to get the ailment out of the body, there's a certain protocol that we have to do. Okay, and it's very simple. We have to literally change the diet completely. Okay, and then once it's out of the body, we can go back to the other foods. And I want to, for brothers that are serious, incorporate dry fasting within your protocol, within your detox. And you can do it. You can do it on a Shabbat because it's easy. You know, or whenever it's expedient for you. At least 1 or 2 days. Okay. And then you're going to be doing that weekly until the ailment's out of the body. So you not only you're going to go on a protocol that I recommended, take the herbs, the fermented vegetables, you're going to stop eating too. And that's going to really amplify that detox to get the ailment out of the body. Okay, because we all know you can literally detox anything out of the body. You can dry fast anything out of the body, but that's really hard to do. You know, that's really hard to do in the situation that we're in. And then a lot of times we're so toxic that we need the building material to come back into the body. So even if we dry fast, we're not really quite there. We need the herbs to put the things back into the body. That's where the real healing comes in. Okay. And so it's the perfect balance. Okay. It says by surfeiting many have perished. So we know what the word surfeiting means. It means excess of consuming things. But he that taketh heed, remember, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. There you go. Now, I find this ironic. It goes into Sirach 38, right? Sirach 38, I'm going to read Sirach 38. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him. For the Lord has created him. For of the Most High cometh healing. So ultimately, remember, the Most High cometh healing. Remember that. Prayer is essential. That's the building. That's the platform, man. That's the what is it called? What's the word I want to use? That's the forget the word. That's the main thing you should be doing, basically. It's a prayer. That's gonna make everything work. And he shall receive honor. The king, the skill of the physician, shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men, he shall be an aberration. The Lord has created medicines out of the earth. Right? There you go. And he that is wise will not abhor them. So a wise man is not going to abhor the medicines out of the earth. Now, there's a particular way to use the medicine. See? Everybody's not going to tell you that. Yeah, okay, oh, drink this tea or drink that tea. Take that tincture. Take that tincture. You know, colloidal silver, colloidal gold. But it ain't going to really work, right? Because the body is too toxic. So what I'm showing you is, in order for those herbs to work, you have to flush the toxins out of your body. Now, somebody could take the herb, boom, 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 boom. Oh man, I can really feel it. Their body is not that toxic. You know what I mean? Their body's not that toxic. But for other brothers, you're gonna have to rinse, cast all that meats and all those toxins in that body, because it's trapped inflammation in the body. That a day, 2 days, 3 days is not gonna work. Okay, you gotta totally change the diet out. Okay. So I'm showing you how to use the herbs. See, you can have the tools, right? You can have a $10,000 tool, but do you know how to use that tool? See, that's where it comes in. You got to know how to use the tool. So that's the reason why we're using dry fasting. We're using we're using the fruit. Because the reason why we're using the fruit, because the fruit is going to be the easiest digestible food. It's the easiest digestible food, and it has packed with a lot of calories, which calorie is just a measurement of energy. Okay, has a lot of energy packed within fruit, so you're able to sustain your life. Okay, we're using the fruits. The fruits are not. Your body doesn't need a lot of energy to break down the fruits. Vegetables, your body needs more energy. So when we start climbing up the scale of foods, you have fruits that are very easy digestible, and then it comes vegetables. Okay, they're more complex. Okay, they take more they take more amino acids. What's the word? They take more enzymes to break down. There you go. They take more enzymes to break down. Okay. And if our body's depleted of enzymes, we can't break them down. If our body's depleted of different acids, we can't break them down. So I don't want you to eat vegetables. You don't eat vegetables, you juice vegetables. You can also make like a vegetable broth though. You can do that and drink the vegetables or juice the vegetables. So a good thing to do is to make a vegetable broth. If you need, if you need that hot, you need something warm. It's like a soup, but you're not going to eat the vegetables though. Okay, you're just going to drink the broth, and that's going to give you a lot of vitamins and minerals and different photo compounds, which photo means plant. Okay, so I'm showing you how to use these things, and then when you go up to like the carbs, the breads and the rices and the potatoes, they have a different structure to where you need more enzymes to break them down. You even need more. You need more acids to break these down. They're more complex in nature. And then when you go to the meats are the highest level. You need all type of different acids and enzymes to actually break those foods down. So what we're doing is we're casting all those things out. We're eating the fruits. Okay, what the fruits are, they're naturally give you those enzymes. Okay, like pineapples. Okay, they have bromelain. Pineapples, all these different pineapples, kiwis, papayas, mangoes. They all have different enzymes that actually help break down meats. Okay, you have different enzymes to break down carbohydrates. You have different enzymes to break down fat. So that's what we're doing. We're flooding our body back so we can break down those foods. Because ultimately, the reason why we eat those foods and they make us sick is because we can't break them down. We can't break them down, and inflammation starts being stored in the body. And we keep doing that. We keep doing it. We keep doing it until we're through. Right? So what we're going to do, we're going to get inflammation out of the body, okay, through the diet, through dry fasting. If you're really serious, you're going to dry fast at least once or twice a week, okay? And then we're going to put all those different fruits that have those enzymes that help us break down those meats, help us break down those carbs, okay? And then we're going to take the herbs, the herbs for the kidneys, the herbs for the liver, the herbs for the brain. It's a really simple process, okay? The Lord has created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? Okay, the virtue meaning the benefit of it. Okay, and he has given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous works. With such do he heal men and taketh away their pains. Okay, of such does the apothecary make a confection. Basically, apothecary is basically mixing herbs. Being able to mix different complexes together to work on a particular system in the body. And of his works there is no end, and from him is peace over all the earth. Because in this we're on the planet Earth, we can get sick. In the kingdom of heaven, we're not going to get sick. We're not going to be subject to sickness. But now the Lord, what did the Lord do? He set the physician up. He set up herbs to actually, okay, if you do get sick, but here, this is how you do it. Boom. That's how you do it. My son, in thy sickness, be not negligent, okay, but pray unto the Lord. So we're sick, so you got to pray unto the Lord. It's the most important thing. Here, hold on. Let me read this again. Because when you read these scriptures, man, you got to believe these things. You can't just read, I read it, I don't believe. Now you gotta believe. You gotta wholeheartedly believe. Okay. My son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. I start believing, I start praying and start believing into the Lord, and he started making me whole, bro. He started to make me whole. Okay. From being digestive system totally shut down, immune system shut down, on the brink of death. Okay. I start believing the Lord is going to heal me, and I start incorporating all these things that I'm telling you. And that's when the Lord started making me whole. Okay. But the first thing, you got to believe and you got to pray. It says, Let me read that again. My son, in thy sickness, be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. So the Lord will make you whole. Leave off from sin, see, and order thy hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all thy wickedness. See, it's ultimately what we get sick because of judgment from sin that we did in the past, sin that we did in our past life, sin that we did in this life. That's part of that vexation. That's part of that chastisement that we go through. Give a sweet savor and a memorial of fine flour, and make a fat offering as not being. And we're doing that through our bodies. We're giving our body as a sweet savor, as a sacrifice. We're not actually burning things, to the Lord, but we're actually doing that spiritually. And through the diet, that's actually what you're doing. And give place to the physician, for the Lord has created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. Okay. I think it's a little bit more. Yep. There is a time when in their hands there's a good success, for they shall also pray unto the Lord that he would prosper. For they shall also pray unto the Lord that he would prosper that which they give for an ease and remedy to prolong life. Now, before I even did all this and gave you brothers, what to do, man, I pray heavily upon it, So not just something on just out of the blue. It's through heavy prayer. He that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hand of the physician. Okay. So, that's pretty much it. I think I pretty much finished all the scriptures that I wanted to bring out. Even this video, I prayed on this video, and the Lord even wanted me to do this video, but it was just so heavy on my spirit. And it's about it's about balancing out your life. We can't eat those things. We got to cast those things away for a particular time. Okay. That is a perfect balance of Yahweh Shema Shai. Hey man, in the kingdom, we gonna eat. We gonna always eat, man. We gonna eat good. We never gonna get sick. Just at this particular time, there's a straight gate that some of us have to go through in order to be healed. Okay, but you know what? It's a possible thing. Nothing's impossible for Yahweh Shema Shai. He put us in that situation. He can take it out. Okay. So I pray that this video was edifying to the elect. Shalom to you brothers that are on the journey. Shalom to the elect.